How do we rehabilitate areas outside of the city that aren't quite the suburbs? That's our topic for the next 5 minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Trainum. Thank you very much for joining us. My guest is Zachariah Abdur-Rahman, President and CEO of the Nicetown Community Development Corporation in Philadelphia. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
What exactly are you trying to do in the area of Nicetown?
We're trying to revitalize the northwest section of the city called Nicetown by bringing back viable initiatives that will enable that community to become more vibrant as it was in the early 60s and 70s.
And when you mention more vibrant, do you mean more businesses, more churches, more schools, just more activity, or is it something a bit different?
Well, it's comprehensive. It's a little bit of all. It's definitely housing. It's more business opportunity there, and education is always key and a key priority. So all of those things, and of course recreation. So when you combine those things, you create an opportunity for people who want to live, work, and educate themselves in a walkable community. That's the overall goal.
You mentioned a few moments ago housing, and I want to focus on that for a few moments because everyone likes nice housing, but everyone likes affordable housing, and everyone likes safe housing. Right. One would presume that in this quest that you're trying to conquer here, that you're trying to get all three: affordable housing, quality housing, but also safe housing as well?
That's correct.
How are you doing that?
Well, by great partnerships. We're partnering with the Office of Housing and Community Development here in the city of Philadelphia. We also are partnering with the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, with the state, and of course the federal government with the Housing Urban Development from the federal government. So those three partnerships, along with community, provides the resource that will enable us to initiate affordable housing, safe housing, and quality housing.
Here's a question that I've always asked myself when I'm driving in and around cities, and I'm sure the viewers at home probably are asking this question themselves. How do you determine what type of business goes in an area? In other words, how does a hardware store wind up on Main Street? How does a pharmacy store wound up around the corner? Do you go out and target specific businesses, or do you just lower taxes and do whatever you do to attract businesses, and whoever comes?
Well, you first start by doing a study. You do a market study and a feasibility study that allows you to ascertain what types of business models are needed. And then you go about looking at how you can attract those models by providing them with, the opportunity that would bring them, and that's again, you have to have the residents, of course. You have to have people living in the area. It has to be safe, and there has to be transportation, connectivity, so that these businesses can survive, can be viable. So those things together will attract, businesses. And then we also look within the community for
community input
and individuals within the community that have some type of business model or entrepreneurial skill sets that they would like to, be a startup business, in order for them to service the community which they live in.
And in the 20 seconds that we have left, when will you know when this is done? When will you know that your job is complete?
Well, it won't be complete in my lifetime. We have currently a 10-year strategy as we talk today. Mm-hmm. And that 10-year strategy will take us up to 2020.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Trainum. We'll see you next time. Have a good day, everybody.
We have new vitality coming into the city. It's really critical that we figure out how to really create new vehicles for social and economic integration in our communities.
And so the ecosystems grow, a fresh, expansive mindset, and people wanting to work together to build something better. in many different neighborhoods. People of goodwill and high hopes bringing a city and its people back to life.
Philadelphia is a community of neighborhoods, and so, as a community developer, our goal was to first mobilize this particular neighborhood and get this neighborhood to ask its politicians and its corporate friends to give their resources towards the improvement of the quality of life right here in Nicetown. I'm a business owner. I started with my family here in Nicetown. We purchased the property, and I had my whole family, Z&Z Distributors, work that particular business endeavor. We began to reach out to the city for assistance with programs such as the store improvement program and various other sources that the city was able to provide through their Philadelphia Commercial Development Court. And we had help through people like our council person and our state representatives. And so together, we were able to educate businesses, neighbors, constituents, from house to house, block to block, create a movement, reconnecting the community. So we are doing that with commercial corridor improvement, open space development right in our parks, new housing development. And in our new housing development, we have over 100 new housing stock, rental apartments, rental townhomes, and of course the ultimate, which has become homeowners. And that mobilization that started 15 years ago evolved into what we have right now with all of our partners. We have witnessed over $100 million in commercial development and housing development in this area.
When you talk to people and you say, what are you trying to achieve as a community? They tell you, we want a sense of place. We want a sense of identity and opportunity for everybody who lives here. When people feel comfortable, how do they behave? When people behave a different way, how do they accomplish goals differently? And I think that's the continuum that we're on.
One compelling project is an outgrowth of the activity in Nicetown. The retrofitting of 2 homes to LEED Platinum status by local youth trained in the latest technologies, and installing those technologies in the homes.
Easy to work with groups like that. Nicetown, everything that they do is in the service of that community. That CDC knows their vision, they understand how the community's evolved.
This is the Nicetown CDC Community Festival. They have this every year. This was a beautiful neighborhood, and then it fell into some hard times, like a lot of neighborhoods in the city of Philadelphia.
Nicetown had a somewhat harsh image where it wasn't anywhere that maybe you want to put a business or you may not want to live here.
You had maybe some nightclubs here and there, check cashing places. There were no places to buy food, abandoned houses. There was a lot of fighting going on, a lot of violence, a lot of guns on the street.
But now we're attracting people. It's a renaissance going on in Nicetown.
Today is the 13th annual Give Back to the Community Festival in Nicetown.
It's a culmination of activities of all different levels, and we try to bring something to the community that's a community-driven celebration. All kind of people coming together, being excited about being together, doing the good things. Look at the Ballin' for Peace, bringing 76ers to our neighborhood, gives us an opportunity to bring all types of arts and culture together.
This is a neighborhood festival that had humble origins.
This park was a park that was neglected and depressed, and we gathered and mustered up the resources to bring it back to life.
It was just about giving back to the community, just to put the nice back in Nicetown.
It wouldn't be possible in any way, shape, or form to see the change that we've seen without the Nicetown CDC.
It's an organization to help improve the community.
They are a full-time community development corporation right across the street. They give away food, they do technical assistance, they do heating vouchers all during the year. But this is designed to just bring people together.
You can't do any of this without the resources.
Comcast has been sponsoring for at least 6, maybe 7 years.
Giving us the opportunity to get resources to stabilize our organizations. Immediately when we became a part of that program and it diverted $100,000 in operating funds, we really were able to start moving and shaking as the Nicetown CDC.
CDC reminds me of that flower that kind of blooms, and we at Comcast want to make sure they keep blooming like every single day. So we're happy to be here.
We're nowhere near finished. We have a lot of work to do. We want to educate our future, the next leaders and these children.
You still have a murder rate that's much too high and a graduation rate that's much too low.
Kinds of transformations that we would like to see in our communities will happen, provided we all move in the same direction.
These youth, they can advance it and take us further and continue to make this community as well as this country great.
You see the hope in the eyes of all these children that get so excited when they come to something like the Give Back Festival.
Somehow, we got to get rid of this recipe where we got loaded guns with minds that are unloaded. When our minds are loaded with knowledge, the last thing we do is want to kill each other because we begin to value ourselves and we value each other.
If you don't have hope, you can't have vision. If you don't have vision, you can't do execution of a plan.
The CDC has brought nice back in the nice town, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Through that hope came a vision. Through that vision came a plan. Through the plan came execution, and look what it does.